Like I tell my singers at first, just make the most obnoxious, terrible sound you can. Yeah, right? Garbage. But I want them to get it up there. That's nasal. But it's easier to pull it back from there and get it to key. Now I'm vocally tired. Key. Get it up there in your head. So nasal singers like Justin Timberlake or half the stadium country singers out there. I'd say it's like covering your ear. It's like a crutch. It's a way to get the sound out of your throat without employing a lot of technique. And when you're up in a microphone, not making much sound, it can work for you. But it's not as straining on your throat as making a throaty sound. It is a little more relaxed, but it's still not optimal. Follow up.
If somebody wants to have a voice teacher, like for their child or something at some point, are there differences in quality? Because it sounds like I would want to take an opera teacher, so I prevent vocal cords from getting hurt.
That is an excellent question, and this, for those of you who have kids or want to train someone young, training someone young is very hard because their vocal cords are so thin and underdeveloped, right? Now, sometimes you see these young kids with a microphone right up to here doing some kind of opera piece, and they sound like a 40-year-old singer. What they're doing is they're artificially darkening their sound. Sounds big and operatic when I do that. I'm actually not making that much sound, and it's actually very bad for my voice. And pretty much every time you see a young singer like that on TV or America's Got Talent or something, every voice teacher I know, we see that and we go, fuck. Because it's so bad for them, and it's so clearly about the teacher's ego. The teacher is either bad or the teacher wants to look good so much that they're willing to do damage to a young voice. I don't want her sounding like me. Not for another 20 years, because she's 17?
16.
16! And I did a song about sex with her just now. Awesome!
Yeah, but her mom's here, so it's okay.
And her mom's right there, and approves. Strange. I'm going to hell.
Get in line behind me.
Yeah, okay. So with young singers, you want them to sound very airy. The goal then is just to get them to relax. You want them to say, I feel. Do your I feel. I feel. Right? She's not trying to sound big, and she shouldn't be trying to sound big right now. She shouldn't be trying to sing over an orchestra. She can do chorus work, but you don't want her singing main stage stuff. And the moment you bump into a voice teacher, especially with a young child, who says push or strain or try to sound bigger or try to sound darker and says anything other than sound breathy and relaxed, leave immediately. Your first rule as a voice teacher should be do no harm. Yes, sir?
Is there an age that's too young for voice training, period?
No, but you have to be really, really careful about the type of teacher you get. You need a teacher that's going to be very careful around a young voice. And you need to, so back to Star Wars metaphors. You know how the dark side is the quick, easy path to power? Okay, that's not what you want to do. You want your students to be a Jedi. You want the slow, developed path to power, all right? And the problem is, for a while they're getting past listening to themselves and their technique isn't developed, they're going to sound a little worse. They might actually sound bad, and you have to be okay with that. It's part of the transition, right? You don't want a teacher that tries to make progress too fast. And I'm not saying that to excuse myself of that burden as a teacher. But like, you guys seen the Karate Kid where he's like, paint the fence, wash the car. He's building muscle memory. There are sometimes in lessons where they hit an exercise that works for them in the beginning, and it's, something stupid. Shi-ai, like jumping a fifth, and I'll sit there and have them do it for 30 minutes in a row. And it's boring. But boy, when they leave that lesson, it's locked in. And I could run them through a bunch of different lessons and try to teach a million things in one lesson. If you run into a teacher like that, leave. Like, the student's going to forget it all after one lesson anyway. Be grateful that I make you bored. Oh, what time is it?
12:15, so.
Oh, 12:15? Okay, maybe one more question if someone's got one, then we'll go eat and get drunk. I'm glad we did Q&A, because there's a lot of questions. Going once, going twice.
I will say, she sounded beautiful. I'm
Oh, I know.
beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you guys for having us. It was an absolute treat. Let's go get some lunch.
Thank you.